Today is Wednesday. I haven't been off the bike. Went away on the weekend bikepacking. Yesterday did a 95k ride in the sunshine with friends. And Monday I just had the day off. Just to let you know, bib manufacturers, this sucks. I'm finding it hard to get out of bed at 5:30 and even train. It's like my body clock wants it to be light and bright. It's kind of happens to me every winter. Anyway, Norm went for a swim this morning and he said it was very, very cold, even with the wetsuit. I mean, the wetsuit was fine, but his face was really cold. And 50 meters away was a pod of 6 dolphins. And if you'd been there earlier, the other people that were out for a swim actually were next to the dolphins, or very, very close. Anyway, he got to see a pod of 6 dolphins today. Really, I'm not feeling that inspired the last couple of days. I honestly believe there's a shift in the seasons and the lack of evening hours. I need to get back to an evening walk. That's it. Legs are hurting today. I'm hitting the numbers, but geez, quads are sore. I decided not to turn the fans on this morning because it's about 5 degrees. I got the morning sun coming in from the back of the garage. I still got to put the fans on, but I'm hot. So, singlets off and cross your heart bra, bloody bib necks pulled down so it stops strangulating. Good to be hot, I'm not going to complain. A women's 100k race in Mount Gambier next weekend on Saturday. I'm very, very keen to enter that. But my daughter, who's 24, has made the interleague team again for the CDFL or CDFNL. And I've got to go. Well, I don't got to go. I'm going to go watch her. I can't miss those opportunities, even though she's a fully fledged adult. So, bye-bye 100k race. Sorry, I would have loved to have supported you. I will have FOMO about it if that does go ahead and there's enough women in there. It's right up my alley. 100k race. There's not enough of them. In the thick of it now. Starting to sweat. It's going to up the ante in 5, 2, and 1. It's not too bad. I do wish I had the fan on. That was an 11-minute build. And I often talk to people about that feeling of burn and hurt in the legs and how the desire is to back off. So you've got to enter into that pain. And it's not really pain, it's just uncomfortableness. And that's what that is about. Entering into the uncomfortable zone where you want to back off. It's a beautiful space. The more often we can push from sub-threshold to threshold to above threshold in anything in life, not just on the bike, the easier the uncomfortable tasks become. You know, when I'm doing this, I think about racing, and I think about, let's say, you're in the top selection of a bunch and you're working and you're looking for the opportunity to lift it a notch. It can be 5%, and all of a sudden everyone's strung out. And then you hold that so that they're really strung out and hurting like crazy, and then you lift one more time to drop the suckers. And that's when the explosion happens. It's well worth practicing how to make a bunch explode, or how to make the wheel suckers explode. And it's fun to execute. It's not fun to be on the other side. Definitely starting to sweat now, and it gets me thinking, why did I procrastinate? I'm sure we all do it every single day. Now I'm doing it. I'm happy. It's hurting. I'm sweating, but I'm happy. Really happy. Done and dusted. A good hour of bloody tough hurt. I won't say the power was like exceptional, as in no max efforts, but it was all that sub-threshold, then overs into threshold, and long duration. So you know, you can do multitude of things. You can go for longer duration in the efforts at a more sustainable pace and put little hurty moments in there, or you can do lots of big hurt with more recovery. As you get better at that, start to merge the two together, and you're able to hurt longer at higher intensity with less recovery. Ultimately, that's the goal if you're racing, even if you're racing your mates. So glad I got that done. Been feeling really crap, and just emotionally really. Just as a caregiver, a mum and a coach, I take on a lot of the good and the bad energy that comes from clients when they're suffering or going through a bad patch, or I have to listen to a lot of information. It's my job. I don't mind it. It's my job as a mother to do that as well. But it takes its toll, and eventually you it comes out, and it often comes out for me in what I guess is a hog, a haze, a bit of depression. It's really mental fatigue more than anything. I spend so much time giving, then I just go, well, what do I do with it now? Anyway, I think my biggest thing for me to get out of it is to exercise and to push myself. Certainly helps me empty the trash can up here. We're off on a walk on Branding Yard Trail. Go for a walk? You good? We're about 200 metres into the walk, and Max has had about 20 pisses. Piss, piss, piss. Hey, come on. Come up. Come up. That was just another piss attempt. Up. Up. Good boy. What a gorgeous time of night. What a gorgeous afternoon. It's around 4 o'clock and the sun is starting to set in the west, and we're at the You Yangs. It is just beautiful. You got to find, well, you don't have to, it's a good idea to find a local walking spot that's a little bit off the beaten track and get lost and stop thinking about all the drudgery of life. This, I think it's called the Northern Range walking track. It's steep in some spots, but it's absolutely so much fun. I was having a chat to a client today, and we were talking about just really simple goals. And often we get fixated on, you know, that we have to have some grand goal in the future that's going to be huge. And anyway, we spoke about the grand goal of being fit and able to do whatever you want, whenever you like, and whenever the opportunity arises. And I really like that goal. Good boy. Let's go, Maxie. You.